question. Do a quick question. Quick question. Quick question. Quick question. Quick question. Shall I give you a quick question? Shall I give you a quick question? This is just a quick question. This is just a quick question because I'm late and busy. Just a quick question. Just a quick question. Are the family courts biased against fathers? Oh, no. I don't think they are. I used to think they are, but I don't think they are anymore. Is my internet working? It fucking better be. I don't think they are. I don't think anymore. I used to. When I was in the thick of it, when I was in the fucking heat of it, I used to think, don't you even think about it, Scratch. I used to think that they were biased against men. Because that's what I was told. I was told they were biased against men. If you not that, don't you even think about it, Scratch. What was it? I don't think that the family court is biased against men. I just don't. I believe the society is biased against men. And society wants us to not be what it is, not be what it's meant to be, if that makes sense. Scratch, if you just make yourself comfortable, why don't you? Just make yourself comfortable. Just make yourself comfortable, Scratch, it's fine. Just carry on. Just carry on. Don't worry about me. Just don't worry about what I'm doing on the live. Just make yourself comfortable, do what you want. Just crack on. Just crack on. You're such a, that's why. This is why I don't want a relationship. This is why I'm not in a relationship, right? Is that working? This is why I'm not in a relationship, because I can't even get on with Scratch. Scratch, move your ass. Are family courts biased? The answer for me is no. Do you get bad judges? Yes. Do you get bad people who work in Costa? Yes. Do you get bad people that work in EE or Vodafone or anywhere else in the world? You do. You get bad people. You get bad people. So we can accept then that you get bad people who do things not so good, and then you get people who are good at what they do. And today I had a judge today I had a judge today that was immense. Literally, I have a belief that family court is a place for resolution and solution, and people should be going there to resolve their differences and resolve what's going wrong in their relationship and the marriage and that sort of stuff and the communication. And today the circuit judge turned around and said, I'm not going to use the law in this instance. I'm going to use some common sense. And I was like, wow. Not only are you attractive, Mrs. Circuit Judge, but you've got a good ethos too, I thought. And so I listened out to what she was saying, and she carried on with it. And she done my client a favour. She done his ex-partner a favour, because ultimately, if it was to go down Section 7, social services, CAFCAS or whatever, it wouldn't be good for either of them. The judge didn't use the law. She used common sense, and and that's the difference with family law. That's the difference with family law, and that's the difference between a good judge and a bad judge. But it's also the difference between behaving yourself, being patient, showing sacrifice, offering compromise, being pragmatic, being humble, and owning your shit. Now, my guy today, he literally, he owned his shit again beyond belief. And again, because he's doing that, he builds up credibility. And there's also notes from the last case that he had from last year, which went on for a little while. And it's saying the same stuff there. Own your shit. Be humble. Show sacrifice. Offer compromise. Prepare to be pragmatic. And if you're doing all those things selflessly, like naturally and selflessly, then there'll be no need for a family court judge anyway, because people can't argue with love. You cannot argue with love. If you're always giving love, even when you don't want to give love, if you're showing respect, even when you don't want to show respect, if you're making sure you're controlling your chimp, and you're controlling your chimp in your head, your emotional part of your brain, Chimp Paradox, I don't know if you've read the book. One of the first books I ever read from beginning to end. I didn't actually get to the end, but it's one of the first books I almost read. And it helped me with my impulsiveness and control my thoughts and things. No, I do not believe the family courts are biased against men. I believe our attitudes and how we behave in family court dictates the outcome and how we get treated. I've seen women get treated as the non-residing parent and then they take it so personally, they believe it's someone's against them, it's against them, it's against them. And they're not, because all they're doing, the judges are treating the women in the same way as they would treat the men. And the men are like, well, when I was going through it, I was like, it's all biased, it's against me, it's all biased, it's everything that's against me, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. It's the allegation that's against you. If you had if your ex-partner, and I've got a client, this has happened, you've got an ex-partner, the ex-partner gets with another bloke, that bloke starts abusing the ex-partner. Ex-partner needs protection in the sense of a non-molestation for herself and my client's daughter. That's good. That works. So the system works. It's protecting the child and it's protecting the mother. No one likes it when it's against them. If it's against me, if it's against you personally going through it, you're not going to like it because it's you going through it. We don't like it because there's an allegation being made about us and the judges don't know who's telling the truth and who's lying. We have to do what we need to do and behave how we need to behave. Now, you've got to think, if you're going into court like I did when I first went through it, led by Fathers for Justice and led by Matt O'Connor, which is the biggest mistake anyone could ever make, unless he's changed his ethos now, which I hope he does after seeing this stuff. Basically, you've got to go in with love. You've got to go in with integrity. You've got to go in with respect. All the things that you don't want to do, all the things you don't want to do, you go and do it. And you fight hard and you work hard to make sure you fight with yourself. Don't fight, no, fight for your daughter, fight for your son, fight for your kids, fight. No. That's where you're going wrong. Love. Love is all you need, right? You show love, you show respect, you can see the world from your children's eyes. So therefore, if you can see the world from your children's eyes, then you will then make decisions that you don't want to make. For example, it was the most difficult conversation I ever had with my daughter when I had to say to her, I don't want you, she told the last CAFCAS officer, she wanted everything the way it was, but she wants 1 week less with me during the summer holidays because she was 13 at the time and she wanted to go shopping in Blue Water with her mates. And I'm like, do you know what? When I was 13, I wasn't hanging around with my dad either. When I was 13, my dad wasn't around. When I was 13, I was getting drunk. When I was 13, I was doing all sorts of silly stuff. My daughter's not doing none of that. She's sensible, I think. I know. But then would she be doing that? Would she be doing that if I was putting the hard time pressure on her? No, you've got to come and say, maybe you've got to follow the court order, got to follow the court order. And then going back to court because her mum's not following the court order. That would put stress on my daughter. That would then put resentment on my daughter. That would make my daughter not want to spend time with me, not want to see me, not want to speak to me, all that sort of shit. And then that's going to mean the alienation that the mum's been working on over the last 10, 11 years is all going to work in her favour. We don't do that. I had to turn around and say to Lila, I'm not putting you in the middle anymore. If you don't want to come and see, I was staying in Watford at the time, she's in South London. If you don't want to come and stay with me because your friends aren't here, then stay over there, stay with them. And just come and see me when you want. Now that's a child-focused decision because I didn't want my daughter feeling stretched, feeling like she had to choose, feeling like she had to do all the things that she didn't want to do. She doesn't want to choose between her mum and her dad. Why would you make someone choose? I made that decision for her. I made it nice and easy for her. And over the years, I walked away from that conversation. I walked away and I didn't turn back because my eyes were bawling out. I was crying my eyes out. That's a child-focused decision. That's a decision that I didn't want to make. That's something I didn't want to do, but that's something I did because I knew that it's going to benefit my daughter. And that's what I'm talking about, making child-focused decisions, because you have to make decisions that you don't want to make. You have to do things that you don't want to do because it's in the interest of your child, not because it's in the interest of you. And even as far as I'll give people a hint now, right? We got told off today almost. Well, sort of did get told off for saying I didn't say it, but the person said it, we won in family court. That you never win. There's no winner. There's no loser in family court. No one wins in family court. There's the thing. No one wins. No one wins. You get your contact back. You might see that as a win, but if you're not communicating with your ex-partner, that's not a win. And I'm happy to see, and I'm happy today as well, because one of the clients this afternoon, he, as much as he was in court, there's a barrier up between the both of them. She's over-exaggerating whatever she's doing. And they ended up speaking to each other in a room by themselves. They put the case is 3 months on stay, so it stayed for 3 months. And if they can make it work, then there'll be no Section 7. We can say see you later on that. And if they can't make it work, send an email into the court. We'll get them back in. We'll do Section 7. That'll go on to Section 37 or 47, no doubt. And then we'll look at it that way. The judge today was beautiful, was amazing, and she actually said. She said everything that I believe family court should be: resolution, solution. She just acted that way. She did exactly that. It's like she visited my website or something just to make me happy. No, I don't think that was the case at all. I think it's a good judge. This is the thing: be child focused. Make decisions you don't want to make. Do things you don't want to do. Is the court biased against fathers? No. Is the law set up against the fathers? No. Is society against fathers? I think so. Because I think what's happened, and I have this conversation with myself and Scratch a lot throughout the course of the day, and service users as well. And I battle with myself, but I think I can't say it's biased against men anymore, because too many of my people are going in there, behaving themselves, and they're getting positive results. I've got a guy, he literally had his first hearing a few months ago. he's getting his final hearing in a few weeks' time. I think it's close to the final hearing. Why? Because he's owned his shit. He's taken away the argument. He's showing respect. He's doing what he needs to do. He's being open, honest. They didn't ask him for a drugs test. And he's like, I've done this, I've done that, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. And then they got us back in court again to double check because Kafkas wasn't happy. And the judge had said, no, fine, carry on. Look, the way I would do things works. The way I do things clearly works. I feel sorry for people who are getting advice from elsewhere and saying some silly stuff. You can't go into court. No one can go into court, and I would not advise anyone to go into court saying the word corruption. Don't call it corrupt, because I see women getting treated the same as men get treated, and I see men get treated the same as women get treated. I can't say now it's biased anymore. I can say it's our attitude, it's how we approach things that gets us in a shit space. Because I've been on both sides of the fence. I've been a dick. I've been a twat in court. I've been obnoxious. I've been rude. I've been, this is all corrupt. I've been this. I've done it all. And it was bad. And it was bad. And they treated me bad because I was behaving bad. And then when I went to the stage of just saying yes to everything, I just said yes to everything. And yes, they thought I was taking the piss because I was taking the piss. But then things started changing because I took the piss that much that I just said yes to everything. And I just started doing, wasn't arguing, oh, what do you want that? Yeah. And so I did it all. And then things started changing even more. And then next year, everyone's saying Lindsay's the problem. And she probably was, and she is. I can't say that the family courts are biased against men, but I can say they treat people badly when you come down from family court, no, from criminal court. So you come down from criminal court, I got treated badly, come from criminal into family court, because it's criminal, because you're getting criminal stuff, and there's still a chance of criminality there. You're going to get treated differently. If you've got criminal convictions, you probably get treated differently. But if you've got criminal convictions, you get treated differently. But once they see that you are not who they're perceiving you to be, i.e., your ex-partner is milking your past and exaggerating your past, making it worse than what it is. Once the judges can see that you're not the person that they perceive you to be, or they're trying to make you to be, you will get a clear run. You will see the weight lifted off your shoulders. We can't stop the system, because what it is, right? If the law's changed, why are Kafkas then not making recommendations for children to automatically live with a dad? Why have our clients 2.5 years not seeing their child, only just now getting an enforcement order done and that sort of stuff? And he's been patient as you like. And this is what I'm saying. I was not biased, but I have this debate in my head. But if a man if a man takes a child and he keeps the child because he's got his own safeguarding concerns, he does not submit a C100, he will then, I've seen it, I've had it, he then gets into trouble by the judge for not following process. A woman can put a non-molestation application in, not put a C100 in, leave it to the man to put the C100 in. She can put an occupation order in, fuck the man over, and the man still hasn't got the C100 and still not seeing his kid because he has to submit the C100. Is that biased against men? No, it's the system. It's the law. It's the woman that's biased. It's the woman, surely, because she's the one doing all that stuff. She's the one who's making the allegation. She's the one doing all that stuff. She's the one making it difficult for him. Is that the system, or is that society, or is that? Because I just cannot say anymore 100% that it's biased against men. And if you go into family court with that process, with that attitude anyway, you're going to get fucked because you're writing your own script. Can you add videos? Yes, I can. Okay, yes, okay. I think that's what it is. Now I'm tossing and turning. I need to. Anytime we do this debate, anytime we're having a conversation now, this is going to be a conversation, a question I ask everybody: are family courts biased against men? And I want everyone's honest answer. And I think when you look at that, oh, thank you. When you look at that and you see, how can you put it? How can it be? If you've got people behaving themselves, how can it be? You've got people behaving themselves and they're getting positive results. That's not biased. That's people doing a good job and doing the right thing and getting the right results off the back of it. Don't get me wrong, it's difficult. It's fucking difficult because when you're being attacked, constantly attacked, mud thrown at you, slud, and all you're doing is sidestepping it. Sidestep, it's like do this shimmy, sidestep, and you're just dodging all this shit. You're dodging all this shit that's coming your way. You're dodging it all, and you're not responding to it. That's difficult. But the moment you respond to it, the moment you're as bad as them, and the judge will come down on you. So the family, it's not biased. It's not biased against men. If it's because I've got women who are getting treated the same way because of their attitude, and I see it's their attitude, and I know it's their attitude, and I say to them, "This is what you need to do. I know you don't want to do it. This is what you need to say. I know you don't want to say it. This is what you need. But this will be this child focused right thing to do." They won't do it. Well, and then they're going to get crappy orders off the back of it, and that'll be no doubt my fault. But look, I've got so much to get on with and so much to do, but just think this, and this is not to cause controversy. This is something that we need to, as a society, we need to start changing, right? We need to start changing our beliefs. Because if we believe something is, then something is. Well, Henry Ford said, whether you think you're right or whether you think you're wrong, you're right. So if you think family court is biased against men, then you're right. It's biased against men. And you'll get a shit result because it's biased against men. If you think it's not biased against men and you go into court with the right attitude, which is working with them, all the stuff that I say, then you come out with a positive result. Doesn't mean it's going to be straight away, click your fingers. No, because even when I had Lila in my case, even when it was just me and Lila, I had social services on my doorstep nearly every other day. And I was having to work with them and say, yeah, whatever. But as soon as my ex-wife comes back on the scene, she kicked him out. Stopped all the play therapy, stopped everything. That tells me that people have got an issue with men in Greenwich. But then men, statistically, men do kill more children. Accidentally. Not on purpose, accidentally, like an accident type thing. Because we're not as maternal or whatever. But so I get it. And children do, and look, and then children do need their mum more at a young age. I believe as well, at a young age, newborn, 18 months, 2 years, they need their mum more. They need their mum more at that time, because especially if they're breastfeeding and that sort of shit. And I've noticed as children get older, so 13, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, that's when the dads really get more opportunity as well. Because if you play it right, as a non-residing parent, you should be the fun parent. You should be the one having fun all the time. Yeah. So yeah, they're not biased. I don't believe they're biased. I believe that it's our attitude and approach that gives and determines the outcome of our court hearings. And there's too many positive things happening for people who are doing the right things, with great difficulty doing the right things, because it's not easy, because the system is set up to bring the worst of you, bring out the worst of you, because it's fire and fire. So there's nothing wrong with being human, but just think, we need to, and this is the thing, this is the other thing I'm saying to people, teach your children how you'd want them to be treated. So if you have a bloke and you've got a daughter, you've got an ex-wife. And I've said this to Lila, I'm not happy with how I've spoken to her mum. Lila's heard me speaking to her mum really badly over the years when we were together, married and stuff. That's not right, because that's then making it normal, and that means I'm normalising that, and that's normalising Lila to get into a relationship where she's going to be spoken to like that by another bloke or woman, whatever. Well, it might be a different thing by the time she grows up. It might be like aliens or things, but anyway. But I'm trying to make sure that she doesn't get abused when she doesn't get attracted into relationships that are abusive, and normalising that. And that's what we're doing. So I'm trying to show Lila how her mum and how she deserves to be treated. And that's what we've got to be doing. And if you go into court saying that sort of stuff and doing it and acting, not just saying it, actions are louder. Actions are louder. If you can say, I've done this, I've sacrificed that, I can understand psychology, I understand what she's doing, and you can do all that, you're going to be child focused. They'll find something to have a go at you for, but because it's not easy. But then they have a go at everyone. That judge today was beautiful though. She was beautiful. Well, I think she was beautiful because she made the right decisions and did the right stuff. But look, I've got loads of work to get on with, and loads of things to finish, loads of stuff to finish. But I just wanted to get that off my chest. Think about it, and think about if people can say to me, oh, it's biased because this. I don't know what. I had a client. He got a 5-year non-molestation order. It was a hatchet job totally. But then at the same time, he was in court for 3 years before he started working with me, and he was really bad. And then did stuff by himself when they got me up, and he was really bad again. So I don't know. But this is the thing. We need to keep... Your mindset will determine your outcome. Your mindset determines your outcome. What you believe you will achieve. Peace and love. Lila's glove. Thanks for watching. Take care.